So now let's continue our discussion of alkanes, and now we're gonna talk about something called homologous series. So we're gonna talk about homologous series. And in the previous video we said alkanes, so let's write this again. Alkanes are related by the formula CnH2n plus 2. So a homologous series is a group of organic compounds that have the same general formula and the same chemical properties. So alkanes are a family that are related by a formula. This is why they're called a homologous series. Now, as we said before, the alkanes have 10 different members, starting with n equals 1 to n equals 10. And the first member, as we said, is CH4. The last member, let's write this, C10H22. Now, as you increase the number of carbon atoms, so let's write this, so as you increase the number of, my handwriting is so messy, excuse me guys, of carbon atoms, there is a gradual change in properties. Now let's see this. Let's demonstrate this by the structure of the hydrocarbon. Now let's start with n equals 1. So n equals 1 is methane and it's CH4, so there's 4 hydrogens surrounding the carbon. Now let's move on to the next member, which is n equals 2, so it has 2 carbons for starters, and then you fill these with hydrogens. So there's a hydrogen here, there, and finally this is the last one. So this is methane, and this is ethane. Now the difference between methane and ethane is this carbon right here with all the related hydrogens. So you're expanding basically the structure as you move from one member to the other, from methane to ethane, and then through propane. You're increasing the number of carbons and hence also the number of hydrogens. Therefore, the properties differ from, for example, from methane and ethane. For example, the boiling point rises. So here, for example, let's put some theoretical numbers. They're not real. For example, here it's 100 degrees Celsius, the boiling point. Here it would be 120, for example. So that's a hypothetical one. It's not real. Also, they burn less easily. So also they burn less easily. So that's it for homologous series, and let's go over this one more time. So homologous series are a group of organic compounds that have the same general formula, like alkanes, and have the same chemical properties but different physical properties. And we explained this using methane and ethane, and we said as you move from methane to ethane, you're adding 1 extra carbon, and therefore you're increasing the number of hydrogens and so on and so forth, and you're also expanding the structure. So that means there will be a rise in boiling point, and also another physical property would change, which is they would burn less easily. So that's it for homologous series. In the next video we're going to talk about isomers. So stay tuned and good luck.